I didn't know a long time ago how. And every time I would go to audition, I do not know how to hold the gun. That was like maybe 8 years ago. So I would don't look kind of professional. So I start training in those
Oksana, how's it going?
yo, how are you?
I'm doing well. I like the setup. You are ready to promote in the background.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
The looks changed a little bit. I see the hair grew out a bit from what was in the movie.
No, but I'm thinking to cut tomorrow actually because I don't know. I miss that haircut. I
You
don't know.
do. You liked it, huh?
It's very cool. It's very cool. I don't know. I'm thinking.
Okay. I mean, it worked. It worked for sure in that in the film. So you worked with Michael before. Was the pitch for this movie like, let's turn Russian Bride into Rambo, basically? Was that sort of the pitch for this one? Because this was one hell of a ride.
Right, yeah, why not? Let's do that. Actually, the idea for this was before Russian Bride.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
we kind of it's just I don't know. It just happened that it's supposed to be a smaller film. Russian Bride became a little bigger, but the idea of Dominique just came together working and thinking of the characters, and Michael, of course, he's a genius in thinking what will audience will like to see next. He's always on a cutting edge, and so his inspiration was James Bond. He is a big fan of James Bond films, and so is me. So he was saying that why not to create a character that is like James Bond, but more like an anti-hero, very dark, and I love that. It's
Hmm.
totally awesome. And yeah, it's lots of those films combined together, like Mad Max and old Western film, probably with Clint Eastwood and maybe Rambo. This is the
Yeah,
clash.
Commando. Also, it did give me a little bit of like a late 80s
Wait,
action movie vibe too, which is really fun because sometimes you don't
uh,
see that more movies anymore in that way too. But I was just amazed on the physicality that you brought to this role. I mean, you've done this before. You must have some training for sure, because there's no way you make this look so realistic and just completely destroy people in this film without having prior expertise in it, probably.
Yes, I definitely was preparing for this role long before even pre-production, many few years before. I was in martial schools and just getting ready. My whole idea was to be ready for the shoot and look good for the shoot. And it paid off. And being in that world, I started meeting martial artists, stunt coordinators, and right before the pre-production, it happens very fast too. It happened like, oh, it's a shoot film. Maybe we shoot in Los Angeles. Maybe we shoot in Trinidad. Yeah, that was the idea. And then all of a sudden, we start realizing that, oh, you know what? We probably gonna be shooting in Colombia. Oh yes, we are shooting in Colombia. 2 months. Get ready.
Wow.
That's when the whole preparation before really paid off. I trained with James Liu. James Liu is a celebrity stunt coordinator who is a friend of ours, and he very accidentally we bumped each other in the gym, and I realized who he. I met his wife, and the wife, why don't you help her? Go, you can do it. And he said, I love the script. Okay, come, I'm gonna train you in my garage, and we were doing that, and that's a blessing because having a top-notch celebrity stunt coordinator who trains like Brad Pitt, it's to
Uh-huh.
just be a part of it, who can polish me and just make sure that I have that little things that help me to stand out, like voice, for instance. He's the one that noticed that, when you punch, you have this, energy and the voice. I'm like, yeah, it comes from my singing because I like the death rock, and I sing as a hobby, not professional.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, use it, and please, we try different animals. He said, I like this one, the wild, lioness. I'm like, okay, okay, Sifu, okay, master.
It
Let's do that.
worked. Did it come hard for you or natural after a while? What is it? Because it's learning a whole new thing. This sometimes takes months and months, and you didn't have that time here on this one. How quickly did you start picking up things and to make it feel right for you?
Well, like I said, I had base of martial art training
Hmm.
behind, but that was really helpful for me. So I'm not novice, I'm not really new. But of
Yeah.
course, to become that, it's definitely polishing and polishing and polishing the moves so they look precise and on point because I am contacting with essentially with 25 uh, guys and police officers and stunt team in real life, but
Hmm.
um, in order to deliver this truly and make sure people will have feeling like you really did look like you know what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
because polishing and polishing moves with special people like James Blue and Billy Smith. Billy Smith is another stunt coordinator that makes sure that I look prepared.
And holding the guns and using the guns, because that's another thing too. You look like you knew what you were doing. Sometimes you can just get a gun and you don't know how to use it, but using the weapons, you had so many weapons to use here in this film, and you made it look very authentic.
I love action film. I'm taking action films very seriously. I am
Mhm.
really putting 120%. I do lots of research in any aspect. And that's why this film is so difficult because not only you're preparing as an actress and make sure your acting scenes and really like on top and on point. You at the same time you run to another school and another coach, so I was switching coach
Mhm.
throughout the day, sometimes three coaches a day, and people who just friends who help, not necessarily coaches, that will have like nutritionists, he would tell me what to eat exactly when for this kind of physical activities.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's like shooting the guns back to that. I didn't know a long time ago how, and every time I would go to audition, I do not know how to hold the gun. That was like maybe 8 years ago, so I would don't look kind of professional. So I start training in those amusement facilities when kids are playing and
Oh
giving
wow.
games with a plastic gun.
Yeah.
What I'm doing, I'm holding a pen at home. Let me find a gun. Okay, let's go there. I think it was Universal Studios. I think one of those,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
amazing.
all those plastic, boxes with
Yeah.
games.
Laser tag or whatever those games. Yeah.
Yeah, and then went, of course, to professional, facilities when trainers are showing you, how the big boys, you know.
Hmm. You think there's potential for more of this story? That it could be a franchise that you and Michael discussed this that this character could sort of venture off to different foreign lands and sort of keep this up. Is there potential you think for more of this story and this character?
Laugh when people asking that. That's such a good sign. We had already script written, but the script that was right now, the sequel was written originally. So Dominique that you saw, it's a prequel for the script that.
Ah.
But 7 years ago, we couldn't raise the money for the bigger script, and we decided to make it a smaller script, which is right now the one that you saw, and the one that starts in a church. It's already written, and I'm so glad people commenting that they want a sequel.
Oh, that's okay. That answers sort of my final thing, with the church scenes. Okay, well, that's great. I think there's a lot to it. It was very exciting to watch and fun, and you did a tremendous job. I mean, you made it look really good, and I know there's a lot of work that went into that to make it so authentic, and you took pride in your work. It can definitely show through the film, but a lot of surprises, a lot of twists and turns. I didn't expect some of the things to happen towards the end of the movie. Kept me on the edge of my seat. So really well done. Great job.
Thank you so much. You're the first audience. I love it.
Yeah, well, that's tremendous. I'm excited to write a review on this too. So people check it out. Did awesome. So hopefully there's more for you, and it was great getting to talk to you. So hope we can do it again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Oksana.